Kafka is an ugly fatsy, his abandoned dreams of becoming a defense officer. Things get crazy when he steps up, but and they proceed with the day's work since the kaiju's body is lying all over the whole city. That night, and even offers him lunch on a fateful afternoon. Later that night, Ichikawa comes to speak to him and also begins to respect him, calling him senpai. Kafka dodges a single attack and then destroys the kaiju the next minute, with its blows to lift his car and places it in the right position. He tells her his name while she is still shocked. She wades off her thoughts and goes right into the guiding for the exam. However, he is very foolish, as he only thinks of how cool his transformation had happened. Ichikawa threatens to withdraw his support and send him back home when the shit happens again. Kafka agrees, and then, the next minute, fires and also jog long distances. This is a training phase of the examination, as there are 2 solid parts in the second round of the examination, which include a fitness test and an aptitude test. Ichikawa and Kafka both resolve to get the best grade in the fitness test, since they do not really know so much about the aptitude test. In Kafka, on to the next stage, they are introduced to the 3rd Division Vice Captain, Hoshina, who is to guide them on their aptitude test. He opens up a strange door and says that their task in the area is to find kaiju and neutralize them. The first sight of that particular kaiju shocks Kafka. He had expected the captain to ask them to dispose of their bodies instead of neutralizing them. Seeing his reaction, Kikaru laughs at him. With this, he turns to Ichikawa angrily, locking his shirt and demanding to know why they cannot dispose of the bodies instead. Each of them is given protection gear to merge with their bodies. After this, they are checked to determine their combat powers. While Kikaru is happy about being at the highest level of 46, the captain laughs hard on seeing how Kafka tries to squeeze out all his powers with his redugly face. He refers to Kafka as an old guy who is hilarious and will not end up passing the test. Kikaru begins to boil because she had seen him display a strange power in the parking lot earlier that day, and it is weird how he is not showing it even when the examination is almost over, and they will also be tracked with a drone that will monitor their actions. The good thing is that their life is secured as the shield on their suit will be remotely activated if any danger is detected. However, this equates to failing the examination. Shooting any kaiju she finds. She successfully takes down Yoju 12 and 3 just at the beginning. Kafka, seeing that Ichikawa is struggling, scolds him for never falling behind. Kafka is unable to move because his equipment is heavy without the help of the suit, and this is because he is still on level 0. Ichikawa stops thinking, since they do not have a solution. Just at this time, the captain announces the arrival of Mina as she will be watching the examination. He tells them to try their best to look good for her. They decide to support the attackers in their best way since they have a drone watching their abilities to adapt to the situation. With this, Kafka regains strength from nowhere in particular and begins to run with Ichikawa, carrying his equipment with all his strength. He tells Ichikawa to go round from the side and provide support. Suddenly, he falls to the ground with his vitals weakened. However, when he remembers that the shield will be activated and he will fail, he manages to stand on his feet with blood dripping from different parts of his face. He is determined to pass since his childhood friend is watching, but he has sustained multiple fractures, so the captain reaches out to him asking if he will step down. However, since he is to decide whether to give up or not, he decides to bet his whole life on point and never give up, fully recovered. However, he is very nervous and scared that he might be rejected again, while Ichikawa remains a little. The captain tells